What is going on, everyone, and welcome back to another Sports Talk on Tap video. We're here. You can find daily videos Monday through Friday covering all the four major sports leagues, whether it be MLB, NFL, NHL, or NBA, games, news, highlights, standings, all that fun stuff. And in today's MLB episode, for everyone that follows us, Wednesdays, kind of middle of the week, we always do a standings check-in just to kind of, see where teams lie as we kind of, finish up the early week series and kind of head into like a midday weekend or the weekend series. So with that being said, we've had some interesting movement, Nick, since last time we did this, kind of just with the All-Star break and stuff. It kind of, floated by us last week. So we kind of, just skipped right into this week where overall it's kind of been an interesting, good week. But boy, when we start in the AL East, the top teams have kind of been obviously a little bit of the slump. The Yankees, 5-5, they've kind of recovered, but they were in a 2-8 for a while. The Orioles, 3-7 in their last 10. Still, though, a game and a half up on the Yankees because the Yankees just had an awful slide. It's kind of been the same story in the AL East for a while. The Orioles have kind of taken over. Red Sox in a strong third. They've kind of separated themselves from the Tampa Bay Rays, who've been playing better baseball of late. And then, Toronto, trade deadline's coming up in a week or so. Will anyone be dealt? Kikuchi possibly? Do they go bold and go Guerrero? That'd be insane for a team, Nick. But overall, kind of just, solid vibes in this division. It's been the same story, though, pretty much the whole season.
Yeah, just everybody, nobody's really come out of the gate hot, and at least in the AL East, like everybody's kind of playing. Definitely the Red Sox, they obviously lost four straight.
Yankees and Orioles, I think mainly the Yankees came out of the gate super hot and have just been kind of so mediocre since like late May. I feel like,
and even the All-Star break, since the All-Star break, nobody's really picked it up. Where it's like the Dodgers have come, they came out of the All-Star break and have won, I think, 5 straight. So there just hasn't been any movement because of that. Nobody's taken advantage. I was hoping, the Red Sox would maybe take advantage of some of these Yankees losses, Orioles losses, but they're losing games too.
Each team's going through a slump at the same time, which kind of sucks. So there's no catching up.
At the same time, it's better than going through a slump when other teams are winning, because then
it's a mixed bag. It's a mixed bag.
Mm-hmm.
But with that being said, speaking of top teams going through slumps, that brings us to the AL Central, where the Cleveland Guardians, 3-7 in their last 10. They've kind of hit a little bit of a roadblock where I just feel like their winning wasn't sustainable with just Stephen Kwan hitting close to 400. Obviously, you still have Jose Ramirez and Josh Taylor. Their pitching's been really solid. But overall, this team wasn't ever, in my opinion, still the top team in the AL. We'll see how it plays out towards the end, though. But a team like the Royals that are 7-3 are only 5 games back. Same with the Twins. Even with all their injuries, they're still 5 games back and not playing their best. So can someone catch them? I think will be the closest thing. And I think fully healthy, if, I don't even think it's a homer pick, but if Miranda, Correa, Lewis, if all of them can come back within like a week or two, and they're around 5 to 6 games back as we approach, the last months of August and September, I think it's definitely within reach when you still have 8 games on the Guardians to catch them. So I think they got to take advantage, but I think it's within reach. You just got to hold the ship this next week or so with the key players out.
Mm-hmm. This division is definitely up in the air, and just I want to give a quick shout out to Bobby Witt, because you want to talk about coming out of the All-Star game hot. I think he's 13 of 15 since the All-Star break. He almost hit for the cycle the other night. He's got his average up to
the home run derby only helped him.
Right. People talk about home run derby maybe hurting your swing. Seems like it helped his swing. So big shout out to Bobby Witt. He's making a push for AL MVP now. Pretty sure he leads the American League in WAR. So he's going to be the catalyst for if the Royals make a back half of the year push for the playoffs.
Yeah. And then we probably go into the funniest division, in my opinion. the AL West, where the Astros take over first place, then proceed to lose 3 in a row. But the Mariners are like, no, you keep first place. We're 3-7 in our last 10 and lose another 2 in a row for you, where the offense just can't do anything. Then, of course, right before the trade deadline, the Rangers, only fair, they're kind of starting a winning streak right now to, prevent the sell from happening. But Scherzer and DeGrom, Scherzer, I guess, supposed to be back really soon, and DeGrom, according to the Texas general manager, is in better shape than ever now. So we'll kind of see when he comes back as they maybe make a late push to try the playoffs. Nick, very curious to see how they do as we have kind of, the home stretch of the season.
The more I see, these top 2 teams, the Astros and the Mariners, kind of just staying put and the Rangers winning, the more I think, the Rangers they're not going to sell. Like, they're going to keep their guys.
I don't think they're going to sell. It's unfortunate because I really want Eovaldi.
Yeah, a lot of teams do, but I think he's going to stay put. They're going to bank on Scherzer, being solid, bank on DeGrom coming back. And, with these teams losing 3 straight, 2 straight, and the Rangers winning 3 straight, they're right back in this race. I think the Mariners have to make a move soon because they're wasting such good pitching because their offense cannot score at all. Like, they need to go out and get a Vladdy.
They need 9 bats though. They don't need just one. They need fresh new lineup. 9 bats somewhere. So I don't even know if it's worth trading for a player because that offense is so bad. Even if you get Vlad Guerrero Jr., it would still be the last place offense for me in any playoff series. I would honestly probably take the Athletics offense over them.
You never know, though. One bat could make all the difference. You add Vladdy Guerrero into the middle of that lineup, maybe it takes the pressure off everybody else because right now, I feel like they're kind of looking at guys like Cal Raleigh and Julio Rodriguez, who was good last year for the second half, but I don't think Julio's a guy you should, be putting all the offense on him, and especially not like Cal Raleigh because he's obviously a catcher, switch hitting catcher. He's shown power, but he's not a guy that's going to drive your offense.
Yeah, we'll see though as we approach this home stretch. But also shout out Angels and Athletics. Nick, the Athletics 7-3, Angels 7-3 the last 10. Even despite how the season has gone sideways, they're still hanging strong. Putting up good fights, and for whatever reason, once or twice a week, the Athletics will just break out for 19 runs a game. Right. So shout out the Athletics because that offense, I'd take that over the Mariners offense. Although I think even probably take the Angels lineup even without Mike Trout. Can't name anyone. Then
Mike Trout, he did get hurt yesterday in his rehab start, which sucks to see. He was trying to make a rehab start, trying to come back, re-injured that surgically repaired knee, so we don't know what it is, but
just sit out the rest of the season.
Yeah, there's no reason to come back. I know you love baseball. I know you just want to be out there, but don't risk the rest of your career trying to come back to a team that just blows.
Yeah, agree. But now we move into the National League where the story, Nick, has kind of separated itself definitely over the last month or so, where the Phillies have obviously been the best team in baseball. They're, right there, despite not even playing their best over this last stretch. The Braves kind of maintain that ship of around, 10 games above 500, still a solid wild card team, mainly due to their pitching. Then the Mets have obviously gone a lot hot of late and are, only 2.5 out now. The Braves, as we kind of, look, so can the Mets, keep climbing? That'll be interesting to see. And then kind of the Nationals have obviously just kind of been, that below average team, but they're, it's a lot better than years past. So I think Nationals fans will take this kind of as a positive step in the right direction. And then obviously the Marlins have just kind of been a disaster all season.
Mm-hmm. The Mets surprised me. I think the Mets could be buyers of the deadline and try and pick up either another.
And that's exactly when they start to suck again.
Right when they buy in to be winners, they become losers.
Yep, that's the Mets. But if they started selling, maybe they'll win some more. That'll be interesting to see. And then we head over to the National League Central, Nick, where it's basically been a jam tight race. 2 through 5. The Milwaukee Brewers have obviously been really solid throughout the year. 15 games above 500. I feel like we say that every time. The Cardinals have just been playing baseball the way they do, and they've been getting it done. Obviously, that run differential still looks so ugly. And a team like the Reds at plus 24, sitting 5 games back, just doesn't feel right. But that's just the way it is right now. And the Pirates, I feel like have gotten that big boost from Paul Skeens, coming back. And then just looking at the Cubs, just been disappointment is what I see when I think of the Cubs.
Yeah. Paul Skeens last night suffered his first loss, pitched into the 9th inning, and only gave up 2 runs to the Cardinals and suffered a loss. So tough loss for Paul, but
that's what the Cardinals do. The Cardinals will win games 2-1, ugly, but they win them. But then today they'll lose 10-0. But shout out the Cardinals. They're still playing. It's still a wild card spot. And then they'll bring us to our last division, where the Dodgers have obviously kind of just been coasting. They're a little bit hot now. Mainly their offense just getting it done. Then you obviously have the Padres, who've kind of been overall really solid throughout the since June. The Diamondbacks, who was one of my teams to possibly climb back up. They're 7-3 and their last 10, and a couple games above 500 now. So we'll see if they can get going. And then obviously San Francisco in a little bit of a funk, and the Rockies will be the Rockies. Getting shut out yesterday.
Yep. It's going to be interesting for me between the Padres and the Diamondbacks. I picked the Padres. You picked the
Diamondbacks. D-backs.
I know they're both right there. Like it could be it's going to rely on which team's either going to just have a cold streak of losing 5 or 6 straight, or who's going to win 5 or 6 straight. Somebody's just going to have to take charge and just take the big jump.
You're right. And who's it going to be? I just have faith in the team that made the World Series last year. I don't think they'll go back, but I just think, Corbin Carroll, second half, since the All-Star break, I think he'll just kind of, turn it up a notch. But we'll see. Who knows what happens, It should be fun regardless. I'm excited.
Yep. I'm excited.
But with that being said, obviously, what are you going to say?
Nothing. I keep freaking yawning. I don't know.
But with that being said, yeah, obviously we have a lot of series being decided today. Will the Red Sox be able to beat the Rockies? Can the Twins pull one out against the Phillies? That'd be nice. A lot of big series wins at stake here. And then obviously we'll probably have, Nick, with the Sox talk on tap tomorrow as we head into, some weekend series and a weekend slate to talk about. So should be exciting. With that being said, as always, make sure to like and subscribe if you enjoy this kind of content and what has stuck out to you during the past couple weeks of the MLB. Any surprises, disappointments, let us know in the comments, and we'll catch you next one. Peace.